Hello there, this is Colin Doherty from the Lion-Wa Auto Group. Today we have a very important comparison between the X3 BMW and the Porsche Macan. These are two of the most popular small luxury SUVs that you can buy, and there are some very important differences between the two cars. Today we'll be comparing and contrasting those differences and seeing which might fit your lifestyle the best. Let's dig in. Starting with the X3. Now, this car was redesigned for 2025, so you have a very fresh, very new look. This new design emphasizes a lot of angles and elements that you'll see integrated throughout the car in some really interesting places. This particular car is finished in a beautiful metallic blue paint with the M Sport package giving you these upgraded wheels here. They're 19-inch wheels, better headlights, a slightly different steering wheel, and a couple other performance features under the skin. The tire setup on this car is a square tire setup compared to the Porsche Macan's staggered tire setup. What this means is all four tires are the exact same width, meaning it is very easy to rotate those tires. This particular car has Pirelli P0 all-season tires, so a really nice sporty compound on this car. As far as lighting goes on the X3, you have some pretty cool stuff up front. Of course, you have some really fun daytime running lights and, very importantly, the illuminated grills up front here. This car has static headlights though compared to the Macan, which will move around when you turn and accelerate. Up front you also have your sensor here for the adaptive cruise control. You have a camera up in the front grille for your surround view camera system, giving you that nice top-down 360 view, and some really cool stuff here with your grille. The shutters in the grille open and close depending on what the car needs for cooling. Other safety systems include, of course, your front and rear parking sensors, very important for pulling into your garage, backing into a spot. When I was introducing the car, I was talking about some interesting design elements for the 2025 model. I just want to point out a couple of them as they are pretty nifty. On the hood, the BMW logo is contoured by the hood, also emphasizing the area on top of the grille, which is very, very cool. Your headlights have a very distinct design to them that carries into the grille as well. Around the sides, the wheel has a very, very similar design as well, and even the puddle lights that come down out of the mirrors at night will have this exact same design as well. It's a very cohesive and very fun, detail-oriented design. Technology is going to include wireless Apple CarPlay, wireless Android Auto, and a wireless phone charger along with some USB-C ports if you want to charge up the old-fashioned way. The main screen can be controlled either with a touch using the screen itself or by using the iDrive system down here, using the knob and the few buttons around it to control as well. It's really nice to be able to use the physical control or using the touchscreen. A big thing that a lot of people wonder about when they're shopping for their cars is the integration of the climate control. In this particular car, the climate controls are accessed through the touchscreen here, but it is pretty easy to get in there with a permanently available line at the bottom there to get right into your climate controls. Up on your roof console here, we do have a couple of other controls. You have, of course, the control for the big, beautiful panoramic sunroof in here, and something weird, you'll see a little camera up there that is used for rear seat security, keeping track of what's going on in the back seat, or if you're already stopped, you can actually do Zoom calls and certain things using that camera inside of the car. In general, too, the comfort level is very, very good in this car. You have a very nice blend of leathers and metals, things like that. I do find the seat to be maybe a little bit firmer than the Macan, but still a very, very nice place to spend time. This car also features a wonderful steering wheel, really nice and thick, of course, with your paddle shifters, a lot of different things that you can configure on here, just like your gauge cluster up front. You're also going to have a wonderful, highly configurable heads-up display. Of course, BMW does make driver's cars, so the paddle shifters do have some extra cool functions which are very, very fun. Your downshift paddle on the left has an additional boost function where you can press and hold it down to give you a little bit of extra boost and the most sporty performance that this car can deliver. On to the Macan. Now, this is the sports car of the small SUV segment, and there are some pretty big differences compared to the X3 that I'll start pointing out now. The design overall is very different between the two cars. The X3 is much more squared off, while the Macan kind of looks like a jelly bean. Very aerodynamic, very sloped down, which is an awesome design. This has side blades going down that you can customize to change the exact look of it. You have about 10 different wheel options. On this particular car, you have a 21-inch wheel compared to the X3's 19-inch wheels, so a big difference over there as well. There are some very subtle things on the design of the Macan that really make it stand out too. One of the biggest things is this hood. They call it a clamshell hood, which means it goes over the front of the car and integrate nicely into all of the body lines instead of giving you a big hood line going across the hood, interrupting the design. It is one of those really small things that adds to the smoothness of the design. Of course, this means you have to punch big holes in the hood for your headlights to stick through, which is very cool and very interesting. On that subject, the headlights in this car are very advanced. They will turn as you turn your steering wheel left and right, and as you go faster, they'll raise up a little bit, so the faster you go, the further in front you'll see. This car also features a very interesting way of constructing the car that is different from every other brand. Porsche does seam welding, which is much more complicated and much more expensive, but the upside is you get a lot better rigidity for your fuel economy and driving dynamics. As far as safety goes, you can expect the full suite: 5-star crash safety rating, adaptive cruise control, the 360 surround view camera to see all angles of the car, as well as parking sensors in the front and in the rear. The design in general of the Macan is much sportier. You have this contrasted black spoiler up top. The taillight in all Macans will be a full-size light bar going across the very rear, which is distinct to the Porsches. Another thing that is very important to point out is the exhausts in this car. The Macan still has true dual exhausts coming out the rear, unlike the X3, which hides them. As far as practicality is concerned, these cars are very similar in the front and rear seat space. The trunk is also just about as deep between the two cars, but you'll lose out on a little bit of vertical space in the Macan, once again because of that sporty look. The interior of the Macan is a perfect blend of sporty and luxurious. As is with every Porsche, your main screen is integrated low down into the dashboard as to not distract from the view of the road in front of you. Your lower climate control here is going to control your physical climate controls. You have buttons for heated, air-conditioned seats, the temperature, and the fan speed, which is great. You can operate this whole system without ever taking your eyes off the road. You also have some options for sport mode, off-road mode, and a couple of your safety systems. Something I really appreciate about the Porsche is if you don't like any specific safety feature, you can turn that off and it stays off for good. Other nice appointments in the Macan include this beautiful clock mounted right on your dashboard. That is a Porsche hallmark and something that you will not find in the BMW. Now, something you'll find in the BMW but not the Porsche is ambient lighting. This car does have a couple of little lights that will stay on, but they are not color changeable or anything too fun like that. The Macan is also going to feature the full panoramic sunroof. These seats here are the 14-way comfort seats. They're heated and air conditioned, wonderful for a long drive. The way everything feels is very high quality. When it comes to Porsche, if it looks like leather, it's leather. If it looks like metal, it's metal. There's no fakery going on here, and the way this car feels at 10 miles is the way it's going to feel at 100,000 miles truly. One of Porsche's biggest claims to fame is that 70% of all cars built by Porsche are still on the road today. So these are not built for a sale today. These are really built for the next 50 years. Directly in front of you is a wonderful steering wheel, nice and thin, small diameter, and real metal paddle shifters, which I love. In front of you, you have a really nice blend of electronic and physical controls. As is with every Porsche, you get a tachometer dead center in front of you with a digital speedometer and a small screen to the right to display trip information, all of your different temperatures and pressures, all things like that. A very important difference between the X3 and the Macan is how you turn it on. On the Porsche, it is on the left here, and it is a physical key that you have to twist instead of just a button to click. Once again, because Porsche makes driverless cars, they want you to have a little bit more interaction than just clicking a button. To finish things up here, we're going to do a quick comparison between the two cars, hitting some of the highlights in here. The Porsche will have a Bose audio system. The X3 is going to have a Harman Kardon system. The X3 is going to have a start button, while the Porsche is a key that you have to twist. The BMW is going to have more impressive ambient lighting, but the Porsche is going to have a much more sporty character. The materials in the Porsche are a little bit better, but of course the BMW comes in at a lower price point. So there are lots of things to consider when looking at these two cars. Once again, I hope this has been helpful. Thank you so much for watching. Take care.